Welcome again. In the previous lecture, we talked about the different types of anomalies that we may come across in a given data. And preprocessing them is very much important for training a good model. In order to deal with them, we discussed a two-step process, where in the first step, we would detect such problems or anomalies in the data, and in the next step, we would attempt to handle them. In this lecture, we are going to start with handling these anomalies. Let's assume for now that we already know all the missing values, noise values, and outliers in our dataset. So we need to come up with a strategy that how we are going to handle them. We will come to the detection part and would address that at the later stages of this module. So for now, let's just discuss handling these anomalies, which are generally found in the form of missing and noise values. We can have 5 different strategies for dealing with them. The first one is called a deletion strategy. According to this approach, the rows or the records that are causing problems or having these issues can be deleted. The same way, if we have a feature represented by a column having most of such issues can also be deleted. The second approach is to come up with a replacement strategy. With this strategy, the missing or noise value is replaced with different possible values where each one of them is treated as a separate instance. The third approach is to use statistical measures for coming up with an appropriate value that would be a good replacement for the missing or noise values. So these approaches make use of statistical measures to attempt to evaluate a suitable value for that particular cell. Clustering techniques can also be used for dealing with such anomalies. However, not every clustering technique is going to be effective towards it. If you would recall from the clustering module that out of all the clustering techniques that we covered, most of them were not effective towards these anomalies. In fact, hierarchical clustering and dbScan were particularly the clustering algorithms that were effective towards such anomalies and were handling them smoothly by excluding them from becoming part of any clusters. Finally, a pattern-based approach can also be used, which is a combination of clustering, classification, and other techniques. In this module, we will be looking into the deletion strategy for dealing with such anomalies, replacement strategy, and using statistical measures. So in the next lecture, we are going to start with the deletion strategy.